Hey everyone! Welcome to Rotten Skin, a critical lens to skincare. Whether you're a skincare novice or lover, make sure that you're subscribed below. And while you're down there, turn on the notifications so that you don't miss any of my skincare videos. How do you like my new setup? If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, give it a thumbs up. So I'm sure you all have heard about dermaplaning at this point. It's really kind of taken off as something that you can do at home. I think particularly during the pandemic, people have been seeking out more sophisticated at-home solutions to their skincare needs, and what was once sort of reserved for professionals in the office setting, people are bringing this more rapidly into their home. And so that's what we're gonna do today. So of course I've shaved before. I'm not new to using razors on my face, although I don't really do that anymore. I use just a trimmer generally. But I remember several years ago learning about the potential exfoliating benefits of shaving alone. And it wasn't really until this year that I learned about dermaplaning as it became more and more of a hot topic. But really the primary objective between shaving and dermaplaning is different. So we're gonna get into that later through this beginner's guide, where I'm going to sort of go through some of the research that I've done, gathered some of the experts' opinions about how to do this at home, and then of course, go in and do a demo where I dermaplane for the first time. So what are some of the benefits? The most obvious one is the exfoliation benefit, right? That's the primary objective of dermaplaning. You're really getting off that upper layer of dead skin and exposing the under layers, which are newer, brighter, fresher. You get the point. In addition, while dermaplaning, you're removing the vellus hairs, which are very fine hairs, sometimes called peach fuzz on the face, which can prohibit the proper penetration of ingredients that you use in your skincare routine. So that's another really big point here, is that doing this facilitates better optimization of your actives in your skincare routine. In addition, there appears to be some skin texture and brightening components to dermaplaning just by simply removing those hairs and getting off that upper layer of dead skin. Allows light to better refract off the surface of the skin, and also some people who wear makeup state that applying makeup is easier once they remove those vellus hairs. So in doing this exfoliation method, people have cited improvements in the appearance of post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation and other pigmentation marks on their skin. This makes sense since you're essentially speeding up the cell turnover process manually by sloughing off those dead skin cells, exposing brighter skin underneath. And then finally, some people have cited that this procedure can improve collagen and elastin synthesis, which, you know, those two things combined can reduce the appearance of wrinkles on the skin. So what's the difference between the at-home version and in-office? Well, the primary difference is really the tool that's used. When you're in an in-office setting with a professional, they're likely using a surgical blade, which is much more sharper than probably what you'll have at home. At-home versions typically have a guard, so you won't be able to get as deep into the skin, but this might be okay. You'll likely be able to do it more frequently, although, as we'll talk about later, you really shouldn't be doing this more than once weekly, and as such, the frequency might actually surpass the results of doing it once in a while in office. I kind of think of the difference being similar to doing an at-home chemical peel versus in office, where you're generally using a lower concentration at home, but it's still worth doing on a regular basis. Of course, we can't compare the two without talking about the price. So in-office procedures can cost anywhere between $150 and $250 per procedure, whereas, you know, purchasing some of these eyebrow razors or facial razors, multi-use razors, can cost as little as 20 cents. So I bought a 40-piece set of, they're called eyebrow razors, but multi-function, and they were for $9 for 40 pieces. That comes out to around 23 cents per piece. A huge amount of savings there, which you know I'm all about. So who can benefit from this? It seems that most people can, regardless of skin type, although people with acne or eczema or sensitive skin should proceed with caution and probably speak to a healthcare provider if they have one. But even folks with rosacea have found that this is something that they can do, whereas they're not able to use things like chemical exfoliants. So is this really just glorified shaving? We kind of got into this a little bit at the beginning. There is a key difference between shaving and doing dermaplaning, and that is shaving's primary purpose is removing hair regardless of the coarseness of the hair. And you're doing it generally to wet skin with either a shaving gel or other type of oil to reduce friction and tugging on the hairs. Whereas with dermaplaning, the point is to really do it on dry skin, where the drier the skin, the better. Interestingly though, some estheticians who are the primary facilitators of in-office dermaplaning procedures have suggested that you could use one of 3 tools for an at-home dermaplaning procedure. You could actually just use a women's razor, which tend to be smaller. It'll just prevent you from getting as deep as you could with an eyebrow shaper razor type of thing, but it still can accomplish a similar goal. It just would be a little bit safer. So especially if you've never done this before, that might be a good option for you. It's harder to maneuver with that. And of course, they also state you can use a hair trimmer, which is sometimes electric, maybe it has a vibrational aspect to it, or you could use, of course, an eyebrow razor, which is what I'm gonna use today. Okay, so now I feel like we're bored of this setting. Let's jump over to my bathroom and I'll go over the tips to get started, and then I'm just gonna go in and do it. All right, welcome to my bathroom. So I forgot to actually show you, but these are the razors that I got, and I'm gonna link everything I'm talking about below. Hopefully it's not too echoey in here. Also, excuse the redness around my eyes. That's all I have to say. Just excuse it. I don't know what's happening. I am trying some new patches that I wear at night, so they're not like overly irritated or anything, so don't worry. All right, so here are the tips to get started. You want to start with just a completely clean face. I washed my face, allow it to dry. I let mine air dry, and in this case, really the drier, the better. So that's probably the only time you'll ever hear me say that. I'm gonna show you what I use afterwards as well. When you're more advanced and know that you don't have any irritation issues, you could actually do a light chemical peel, but I would not suggest doing that for your first time at all, and maybe not even for your first several times. So these razors come with a nice little guard, so I'm taking that off. And then in addition, we need a piece of tissue paper to wipe off the stuff that comes off. So I'll show that to you. So we're just not using any water here. So the difference between how it would be done in an office setting and at home is that we're going to angle the razor at a 45-degree angle and work our way downwards. Whereas in an office setting, they would perpendicularly go upwards with their scalpel. So I guess we should just start now. You also kind of want to hold the skin taut as you pull downwards. So my first impression is that it feels like really dry. So again, we're not shaving here, so we don't want to get anything like the sideburns, or if you have facial hair, like a beard, don't get that. And also, from what I understand, you don't want to apply too much pressure. Just light strokes. Yeah. I don't know if you can really see that, but it's kind of gross. I'm gonna just go all the way up to where I generally shape my eyebrows. Quite a lot of hair. I've never shaved my forehead before, that's for sure. I am getting close to the hairline here, so makes sense that I'm getting more hair. A lot of dark, gunky stuff coming out. Sorry. Now the tricky part is getting in between the eyebrows. So I'm kind of have to break that 45-degree angle rule, but I don't think that's a hard rule. Okay, and then we do want to do this to our nose as well, so curious to see what will come from that. Being pretty light here. Let's see what came off of that. Pretty gross. It's like gray. Okay. We can do this. Ow. This part's hard. I don't know how to do this. Maybe we just won't right now. Yeah, because the contours of the face right here, just too much. Here's my biggest area of post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. It's really not scary once you get a hang of it. Okay, let me try to tackle this part now. Oh, that's better. Like that. It really just feels like you're scratching your face a little bit. How do I look? Feels pretty smooth. I think I'm done for now. So technically, I think you can use these for 4 to 5 uses, but especially with these duller razors that you're gonna probably buy, you might just want to do single use toss after using. If not, make sure to clean it properly with rubbing alcohol or hydrogen peroxide. But yeah, lots of stuff came out. So I'm gonna wash off my face and then I'm gonna apply the rest of my skincare. All right, I just rinsed my face off to get all of the excess hair and or gunk off of my face. And so with damp skin, I'm going to start by applying this antioxidant rich essence, which has also a lot of hydrating ingredients and panthenol. So it's a good first step. I just kind of started using this one. It's the Fig Boosting Essence from I'm From, and I'll leave all the links for all of these products mentioned below. Get some of that. Sorry, it's primarily made from fig extract, like 62%. It's the first ingredient on there, and it's quite like fatty feeling, which is nice. So I'm assuming pretty high concentration of sodium hyaluronate, and then I said it has panthenol too, so some moisturizing properties there, but we'll see. But again, the benefit of dermaplaning is that you're exposing the underlayers of your skin, better penetration because you don't have that peach fuzz blocking the effectiveness of your actives. So it's a good time to really go in with antioxidants, with hydrating ingredients that you want to reach more deeply. And then I'm going to use this calming serum, which we need right now, primarily composed of centella water and centella extract. Also has some allantoin, so it is a soothing serum. I showed it on my last video, so I do have a more full review of that. Then I'm going to follow it up with this face cream from Eucerin. It's a Q10 anti-wrinkle cream, so it has Q10, an antioxidant, naturally present in the body. I think I was looking for best face moisturizers and this one kept popping up, so I've started using this recently and I really like it. It's a very thick cream, and since I have dry skin, I really appreciate that. And a little goes a long way as well. But again, just kind of loading up on antioxidants. Most important step, sunscreen. I've been loving using the Kanmake Mermaid Skin UV Gel. This is the clear version. This is one of my favorite sunscreens. It's a Japanese sunscreen. I've talked about it before, but I don't think oh yeah, I have tried it before on camera, but anyway, that's besides the point. Very important because those fine hairs on our skin, the vellus hairs, do provide some sun protection on their own. So since we just removed them all, we want to be diligent with our sunscreen, even though we should be doing this every single day. Cannot stress enough how important it is to apply the proper amount. And I would probably even apply even more than that if I wasn't going to go in with a tinted mineral sunscreen, which I wear every day. I don't wear this one every day anymore, but this was one of my favorites. I do think it's still a little too light for me, but it's the Coats Face Prime and Protect SPF 40. By the way, how's my hyperpigmentation looking? Still there. Wasn't expecting miracles from one dermaplaning session, but my skin does feel smooth. All right, gonna go in with this. That looked a little weird. Cool. So that's what I do now, because this is the first time I'm doing this, but made the most sense to me. It was fairly painless, easy to do, and I'll just keep monitoring. I think it's something that I would do probably not every week, maybe every other week. But yeah, follow me on Instagram. I'll probably do updates on there, and hope this was helpful. Please leave a comment and don't forget to subscribe before leaving, notifications, and give the video a like. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.